PEI's privacy commissioner says the province deliberately withheld information about sensitive emails that went missing. That's in a report that will be released this week. The two people who asked for those emails in Freedom of Information requests say they are related to the e-gaming affair. Our political reporter, Carrie Campbell, is here in studio live with me to explain. So, Carrie, what emails are we talking about here?
Well, Louise, one of the people who filed some of the access requests which led the Privacy Commissioner to conduct this review is Paul Maines, president of Capital Markets Technologies. That's the company suing the PEI government for millions over a deal that came out of the failed e-gaming initiative. So the emails that he and another applicant were seeking are from Brad Mix. That's a senior bureaucrat at Innovation PEI and someone who was also named as a defendant in that lawsuit. But the Privacy Commissioner says those emails were destroyed. They are gone from government archives. She said there was insufficient evidence, however, to conclude the records were intentionally destroyed for the purpose of evading an access request. However, she did conclude that the probability is small that the emails would accidentally go missing for precisely the period of time during which the e-gaming file was opened. She also chastised government because it knew for years these emails were missing. However, it deliberately withheld this important information from the applicants, and that is a breach of government's duties under the Freedom of Information Act.
So, Carrie, exactly how did these fit in with other e-gaming emails that went missing?
Right. In 2016, the Auditor General found there were 3 other government email accounts where the emails went missing. The significant difference here, those were people who had left government service, and the explanation was the reason their emails were missing is because they had left. Brad Mix is still with Innovation PEI, so that's not the case here. Now, in the report, Mix says that he didn't delete his emails. He thinks this happened when he upgraded his phone. The Privacy Commissioner said it's not readily discernible just how these emails went missing.
So what about the people who asked for these emails?
Yeah, well, Paul Maines says the fact that these records weren't in government's possession, that's something that should have been disclosed as part of his company's court proceedings. Here's what he said to ask for his biggest takeaway from this report from the Privacy Commissioner.
The fact that she confirms they're destroyed is very relevant. That's what we wanted through all this. And with what's in front of her, she can't conclude who did it. But they're gone. They're destroyed.
And Louise, the other applicant who was searching for these emails, it was former PC leadership candidate, writer and researcher Kevin Arsenault. He says PEI's Attorney General should be called in to find out what happened with these emails. And Louise, neither Brad Mix nor the PEI government responded to our calls asking for information about this today.
This investigation on records rightly belongs in a special committee of this Legislative Assembly. A special committee will conduct its work in full public view. It has the power to subpoena and compel witnesses, and it will be able to follow the investigation wherever it leads. Indeed, a special committee is, I would say, the only way to re-establish public trust in our records retention systems and to finally find out the answer to that now infamous question, who deleted the emails?
MLAs trying to find out what happened to missing government emails were told today there are only two possibilities. They were also told at least some of the emails at the center of this latest controversy might still exist within government archives. Carrie Campbell joins us now with the very latest. So, Carrie, remind us which emails these are and what happened to them.
Well, Louise, these belong to Brad Mix. He's a senior bureaucrat at Innovation PEI. And the two people who asked for these emails through Freedom of Information believe that at least some of them are related to e-gaming, PEI's failed attempt to become a regulator for online gambling. So today, an all-party committee created to look into this was told by one of the province's top IT experts that there are only two possibilities for what happened here. One, the emails were deliberately deleted, or two, they were archived somewhere off the government network, for example, onto a thumb drive, and then never seen again. And they were told that either of these actions could only have been taken by the person whose email account this is, by Brad Mix, or by someone that Brad Mix provided with proxy access to his email account. Now, other possibilities were ruled out, that these were lost as part of a phone upgrade or that the data was corrupted. MLAs were also told that when emails are deleted, it's a very deliberate process. Have a listen.
You're not going to pocket dial your way out to delete.
You would have to have intent.
Pardon me?
I believe you would have to have intent.
You would have to have intent.
It does keep there. As I said, there's several steps. Time sensitive. It just doesn't happen. There would have to be some level of intent to do that.
And Louise, Brad Mix has been invited to appear before this committee. He hasn't responded to that invitation. He also didn't respond to our emails today.
Carrie, is it possible we'll find out which of those two things actually happened here?
Well, the security system the province would have needed to be able to find that out, recording keystrokes on a keyboard, it doesn't have that. However, MLAs were told that some of these emails probably still exist within government archives, any that were addressed to other people within government, and it would be possible to sort of rebuild much of the missing information by piecing those things together. However, government has never asked IT to go about doing that. Today, the leader of the opposition said, well, it's time to start.
My apologies for saying your opinion. The reasons that that they could be missing. So you said they would either have to have been deleted or they would have to have been archived. So let's talk about the deletion. So the options for deleting those records would be either the employee did it themselves or someone else did it. Like, can you speak to the possibilities of how they could have been deleted?
So the user themselves would have access to their email account and could take that action, and ITSS would have the capability to access accounts.
I was convinced that he is not the individual who deleted those emails. I take him at his word.
So the user themselves would have access to their email account and could take that action, and ITSS would have the capability to access accounts and delete records, and we did not.
We spoke to all of the pertinent people to try and find out the famous phrase, who deleted those emails and whose accounts they came from. And we have come up short there, and for that I regret. But again, it was not from a lack of trying.